Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Chris Army, back once again, continuing our franchise Hockey Manager 6 series, the GM mode of the Colorado Avalanche. So last season was good. Last season, regular season, 58 wins, 123 points, premier team in the division. McKinnon playing well, backups playing well. You know, new goaltending, new defenseman. Really, Lindholm made a big impact. I think that's $5 million well spent right there. And Hopi, really, really good. We got to the playoffs, and Hopi was amazing in maybe one game. He was averaging about 3, and he was really bad in the other 6 or 7 that we played. It was a great season, but it didn't finish the way we wanted it to. Swept Anaheim, then we lose in 7 against St. Louis Blues, and yeah, that's about the extent of it. I mean, we were a better team than St. Louis Blues, but they had Binnington and we had Hopi, and they were toe-to-toe the entire year. And in head-to-head games, when it really mattered in the playoffs, Binnington was number 1. Took them to all the way to the final. They lost in 6 to a fairly poor Columbus team. I haven't seen a team with like only one player above 3-star win the Stanley Cup, and normally that's a goalkeeper. The fact that they got Corpusalo and their first line centers might be Jenner or Dubois, with Foligno, Atkinson, Nyquist, Texas. Like, if that's their top 2 lines, I mean, come on, how? Vrensky with Jones, good top pairing. That's about it. Yeah, not even a full top pairing for me. I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I don't know where it came from. All I know is where we were poor. And when it came to it, in the playoffs, it was Hopi. That was Hopi. So yeah, I can't be too mad about it. We picked him up on a free. We did really well. He won a lot of games. Had some great stats. But then if you look at the playoffs, and now we see that 926, 1.83. Looks okay, but we all know it really wasn't. The game ratings, 69. Goes to show, not really good. Dropped down a bit from regular season. We're going to take a hit. We are going to take a hit on really squad morale, everything else. But yeah, right now, Hopi is on the market. So we got the draft coming up. We do have some good draft picks. Our first and second. Seconds from Tampa Bay and Vegas, and our own third. So we should be able to get, mid-round third, a couple of early to mid-round seconds, and then a mid-round first as well. So I want to get up into the top 10 somewhere. I'm desperate to get up towards the top 10, which means we really need to trade for someone who played very, very badly. So none of these teams, if we look at the league as a whole, and now even if they fall 3 or 4 spots, we're looking at Nashville, who went from cup winners to having a high pick. Would they trade that away? I don't know. They are in a win now. But what they got Pekka Rinne. That's not likely to be there. Okay. The Washington Capitals, what have they got? Samsonov, yeah. It might feel a bit weird, but I could always trade back to the Capitals, because that would get me a top 10 pick guaranteed. That will get me top 10 guaranteed. Darcy Kemper, Ranta. Arizona could be good trading buddies as well. Ottawa looking to rebuild. How about giving them a goalie, though? So we're at the draft, so trades are open. They are open. They can't add that much salary. Really, they'd be under budget and everything. They can. Oh, come on. Come on, you've got to. I'm trying to get picks back. Don't make me take money. Why? I don't want your players. I do not want your players. Oh, I like some of their players. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's not what we want to do there. Okay. So Arizona could be Carolina. Could be Carolina. Arizona, Carolina. Okay, let's see who the Canes have got. They've got a good young goalie. Again, they're probably not going to be able to handle that payroll. So what can we take back? Howler as a salary dump won't be enough, really. I don't want to take too much of them. Slavin, I would actually take. Yeah, no, see, we're asking for too much. Because it's at the draft and everything's a bit screwy. This is what I don't like, is when this sort of thing happens, because now you're fighting to find teams that it would actually make sense and have some room. Capitals have the budget. I mean, that's... Hope be back to the Capitals. That's all I can do. Is there anything else I'd really want back off them? There's Wilson, Kuznetsov. He'd be a solid second liner. Potential Gibson, Samsonov, Naybeck, maybe. Not really. Or players they hold the rights to, a bunch of decent but not great, and they won't give this up, will they? Like I said in the last video, doesn't matter what you add, they're just not interested. Okay. Let me go find something which works in principle, and I'll be back. Okay, we might have a deal kind of set up here, maybe. Chicago are the 10th worst ranked team. So, it'll be in and around that top 10. I just can't get inside the top 10 here. I just can't. So, Calvin DeHaan, mainly for salary, we take him back. He would be... yeah, nothing to us. We go up Sonny Milano. They had some interest. Ty Lewis as well. They had some interest. They rate those as a 5th round pick and a 4th round pick. So together, I could maybe squeeze something out of them. We trade away our 1st round, which will be, I would think, depending on, let's see, where everybody went and where we went. 21st, 22nd, somewhere around there, perhaps, maybe even higher than that. In fact, we lost to, yeah, I don't know, that might be as high as like a 25. And like I say, right now they're standing at 10, but it's a lottery pick. So we don't actually know where that is. But we're able to tell, aren't we? We're able to tell. So Arizona won. Okay. No wonder some of these wouldn't trade back. So is this Chicago? Washington. Arizona jumped up. No, this would even be 11. Oh my God. Can't go inside the top 10, guys. I just could not get inside the top 10. So 11, and we're back in 27. So it's a decent jump. It is a decent jump. At the top here, the two we want. At least I think the two we want. I want Wallstead. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what? I'm going to draft the first few picks. We can't get any higher than 11, so I want to see what's available. Gunther goes number 1. Y goes number 2. Number 3 is Ratti. Number 4 is going to be New York Islanders Wallstead. No. Okay. Fuck. Ottawa. Okay. At 11. At 11. These players on the ball. Emil Eliasson, solid little player. Physical, prone to injuries. I don't know why it says prone to injuries, but he's like very, very sturdy. I'm not exactly sure where that comes from. Great temperament, great determination. Low elsewhere, he's going to take a long time to grow. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be amazing. We've got a couple of right-wing prospects. Nemec, who, again, great temperament, again, low mentals. Solid, bit better, but not really what we would take with, like, an 11th overall pick. I'd want a lot more. I would want a lot more. Again, I'm not really fussed, guys. I'm not really fussed. Mikuska. Really good. Really good there. Again, a bit weak on some stats, but top player in our league. We've got a possible deal in place with Chicago. They're going with why not. If I can bring this back to someone like Pittsburgh or Toronto and still have Mikoska be there, that might be good enough for me. Then I don't think we're overdrafting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Pittsburgh, Toronto. In fact, I'm going to make a little list of these teams so we know who we're talking to. It's going to be off screen there, but it's what I did for the bottom teams in the league to try and figure out who would be the best ones to go for. Chicago were the ones that we had a deal in place with. But okay. I need to go back to the draft because that just messed up. If I right click, that disappears. I keep forgetting about that. So yeah, Mikuska. Let's just put those there, and then I don't know why it keeps kicking me over there. Pittsburgh. So their first round up. For our first round, what's that? 10 spots, I believe. So to move up 10 spots, give up Holtby, give up Ingram, they're willing to do that. And we will give you back Blackwood. We can trade 3 goalies over. We can just trade all our depth over. But I want to hold on to Blackwood if possible. Braun probably doesn't move the needle. I'd give up Coyle. I would give up Coyle. Let me drop this out. Now, we can see now if they move the needle at all. So we know that Charlie Coyle is someone they are interested in because it improves that sort of side of the deal. So they can't add in that payroll. So now here's where I look at salary dumps. So I look at old players and I look at big cap hits. Who's got an proportionally large one? Honkvist, Nick Bjugstad. There we go. So we can call back Bjugstad, but it doesn't really help us. So Reimer, they'd need somebody else. There we go. We can get in Zuxman. I know they're probably accepting again. But no, I don't think we get a first back. We can try. So we're going to have Charlie Coyle and Donskoy with this year's first. Ingram is our third goalie we don't need. Holtby we just want to upgrade on. And then we're taking back a couple of salary dumps we can just get rid of. And we're getting back a first for next year, a second for this year. That's not bad. That's not bad. Who else have they got, though? Can I make this deal any better? It really doesn't look like it. They called their guys up. Joseph Lagarde, Poulin. Oh, there are 5 in there. Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any way we can stack another first in. I mean, really, this does seem to be a little bit of a weak draft, honestly. So it might be better if we just stacked another pick for next season. That might be better for us. Donskoy, Charlie Coyle, Ingram, and Holtby out. So 1 and 3 puncher goaltender. Second/third liners, probably third liners with Coyle and Donskoy. Both on decent money, both 29. We come back with James Reimer and Zuxman as salary dumps we don't care about. Oh, why have I got that on? Oh, because I was going to add a team. If you're going to add a team, you need to be on July 1st. We're not quite there yet. But yeah, spoiler alert. Same. If you've seen the FHM 5 series I had, we added in some teams as well. So we brought back. Who did we bring back? Well, we brought back the Whale. So we added in Seattle. We brought back the Whale. We give Houston a team, and we give Atlanta. We brought back the Thrashers. And that basically meant that with a bit of reorganization of the divisions, we had 9 teams in each division. Everything was balanced. And in the future, we can look to expand to 10 teams in each. 40 teams. Play everybody twice. There's your 80 games. You know, it doesn't really sort of matter too much. That was my idea. That was my idea. So, we're probably going to be doing that again, and we're going to add in Seattle as the initial team this year. So as well as me stacking the roster, we're going to be losing pieces to the entry draft. Not the entry draft, the expansion draft. So don't worry about us looking too good. And you saw in the playoffs, it doesn't matter. Columbus really won with a good team, but not a great team. But I can only build one way. So they're not fully on board with that. Can we get a third? Yeah, we can get a third. We can get a third back there. Okay, so upgrading by 10 spots in the first round to get the second choice goalie. We're giving up a really good goalie that really just didn't play well for us and is starting to decline. A backup goalie that will never play for us. Coyle and Donskoy we're probably at the end of. And in return, we're getting back that first, basically, for Hopi. And we're getting a third. Yeah, I like that deal. I like that deal. I thought I had done everybody. So, yeah, we have just traded up there. And that now puts us on the clock at 17. Like I say, I'm not really fussed with Eliasson or Melichar or Nemec. I mean, we do have Askarov to come play backup next year. We need to get a solid starting goalie, long-term backup Bednar. Do I really even want this? Do I really even want this pick? Like, we're solid. We don't need a top-end pick. But who could we have even traded for? So yeah, those don't matter. They're all going out anyway. My is on a couple of people in free agency. Look at the upcoming free agents. Oh, he signed. He signed with Carolina. He signed with Carolina. Was it Carolina? No? Who was he with? Who was he with? Oh, was he Chicago? Oh, I can't even remember the name of the goalkeeper now, the goaltender, but he looks to have signed. No. Now I feel like an idiot. The C I was thinking of was because it's Carter Hart and it's Philadelphia. He re-signed with Philadelphia. He was available potentially, but yeah, that's who I was going to roll into this season was. So that's that plan kind of gone. Rasmus Dahlin, Quinn Hughes, Gustafsson, Kokniemi. Kokniemi will be interesting, but again, I don't know. Like, most of these are so young, they will be restricted free agents. So let's go and just look at the unrestricted, and suddenly you see my options now are pretty much bringing in maybe Dougie Hamilton to help out the right-hand side of defense, and maybe Bluetooth Freddie Anderson in net. Wow. It was such a good upcoming free agent class as well. It was such good players there. Okay. Martin Mikoska will come in as a member of the Avalanche, and this is a very disappointing draft for me. This is a very, very disappointing draft. I'm not fussed with either of them. I'm not fussed with either of them. But yeah. So nobody at all throughout this entire list of teams that went in between us and us again Nobody went for Nemec, Melcher, or Eliasson. They seem to have really, really bad mentals, that's why. Like, really bad mentals. Okay, what am I actually looking for in the team right now? What am I looking for in the team? What am I missing? If I look at all my players, I think to myself, like, forwards were okay, I know that. So right now, we've got goaltending sorted, that's fine. I might need to look at that defense a little bit. We also might need a right winger. Okay, so long-term, right wing long-term we're solved. So we've got left-sided prospects. We've got plenty of centre prospects. Just more defense then, maybe. Just more defense. Okay. Svensson. Looks like you could be a defensive defenseman. Why did I go there? I want to look at your history. Okay, so you weren't drafted by anywhere. You don't put up points. You do put up penalty minutes. Scouting. Good player. Difficulty performing big games. Okay. Borusk. There's not very much to go off here. Like, probably better on penalties, I guess, than the other guy. Doesn't score more defenseman, doesn't perform well under pressure. Oh my god, this is number 32 overall, and we're just like getting nothing. 6'4", fragile legs, great temperament and professionalism, great rankings at least. Regular player in our league. I don't like these players. I don't like these players. 17. Okay, 17. What do we got? 17. Great. Not great, but not great. Top player in our league. I don't care. I saw something that slightly interested me. Freddie Berglund. Top guy outside of Rome 1. Don't care. Picking up Bangalore. Don't care. I mean, at this stage, 58 I'm going with him, I guess. 79, I'm taking Melcher for potential. I'm trading them. They're trade baits, but I'm taking them. And I don't really like either of those. This is not a good draft. Why is he rated so lowly? That scares me. Mirror of glass. Could be a regular player. Okay. Like, the rest of it seems really good, but I don't know. Again, there's lots of players with great temperament and professionalism. For me at the moment, Vargas seems well-rounded. A 17-year-old looks well-rounded. Solid role players. Good player for the league. You know what? Alexander Leshevsky, he can come in. Let's finish off that draft. That was ultimately disappointing. That was disappointing. I tried to get into the top 10. I knew he'd be around number 5. He'd be up that high. He went number 6. And that sucks. That really does suck. We've got to go up to 17 to claim Mikoska. Not who I wanted. And then from there, Berglund, like, I don't like my picks. I don't like my picks. We stacked picks. We drafted the best we could. Mikoska, I'm not entirely thrilled with. Now, Berglund, Langvoy, I'm pretty sure they regressed down to about 2.5. Eliasson probably ends up at 3. Melichar 3. Lechevsky probably down to 2. I really don't like that draft. Judging them right now, it's a pretty solid draft, but I mean, yeah. I just feel there was opportunities. There was opportunities that did not go our way. And hey, that's the way it crumbles. That's the way it crumbles.